Hi on Sun Valley. This is Marie Gallo and welcome to Marie's Kitchen. So today we are gonna cook a dish mainly with potatoes, actually just with potatoes and cream. So we are gonna cook what we call in France gratin dauphinois, and here in the US we call that scalloped potatoes. As you know, I'm from Belgium, and Belgium is just like here in Idaho, a potato country, I would say, not only for the fries, but everything else who goes with it. There is not one meal in Belgium without potatoes. And I have to say, I'm addicted to potatoes. So this one is a great recipe with the holidays coming and Thanksgiving and the cold. Winter is coming in Sun Valley, Idaho. That will be great to cook the potatoes, the scalloped potatoes. Anyway, what we're gonna need today, it's a very easy recipe to make. Anybody can make this recipe. So I have right here 3 beautiful Idaho potatoes. This is so funny. I went to get them yesterday and that is really funny. So I asked the guy at the vegetable area, I said, "Are those from Idaho?" And he laughed and he looked at me like, "Yes, ma'am." I said, "Okay." So I went to get those russet potato. What am I looking in a potato? It seems, basic, but you want a good, I used a russet potato for this recipe, but you use firm. Remember the 2 cooking show we had previously? I always like fresh ingredient and firm. And this is what I'm looking for. A nice, firm Idaho potato. So I'm going to use a mandolin. You can use only a knife if you are afraid of this little gadget because it's scary. I had an incident about 4 years ago. I can tell you, you have to be very careful. This mandolin is really, really, really sharp. So we are gonna slice the potato. I think I have this one on 1/316 in the yellow area. So what I do, I cut the end of the potato. So I have a very flat, so I do that. And as you know, I have my chef knife and my little knife that I love to cook with. So, and I have a very flat, I'm going to show you, a very flat, that's going to be easier to use on the mandolin. And there we go. I have this little protection, so I start without this protection, and we are going to start sliding the potatoes. So please be careful if you use the mandolin because it's really, really, really sharp. So at one point, I am going to use my little gizmo here. There it is, coming up. So, and now I'm not afraid, I'm just going because my fingers are really well protected. So if this one doesn't cut, it's fine. I have enough potatoes. So I'm going to put those on the side, and I'm going to do the same with those 2 potatoes. In the meantime, what we are going to do is in a pan, I put 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. You don't have to use 2 cups of a heavy whipping cream if you don't want to. If you think, it's a little bit too rich for me or my family, you can use 1 cup of 2% milk and 1 cup of heavy cream. That will do it as well. So what I'm going to do, and this is my way to make the gratin dauphinois, the scalloped potatoes, 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, 1 teaspoon of salt and pepper, and the pepper is already here in my salt. I have 1 clove of garlic, and this is garlic from my garden. Yay, I like when I use stuff from my garden. And I'm going to do, and you don't have to do 1/4 spoon of nutmeg. You need nutmeg in this recipe. You cannot go without nutmeg. Now, if you don't like nutmeg, just put 1/2 teaspoon. That will be fine. I love nutmeg. So I'm going to put 1/4 of a spoon. And I like to crack a little bit of black pepper. Just, one. And we are going to boil this. So you put on high, keep an eye because as soon as it boils, it can overflow. There you go. See, it's starting to boil, or I mean to heat up. So I'm on high. I'm medium high, and I'm gonna stir everything. And this is the only thing you have to do for the scalloped potato. You boil your cream. I put all the ingredient on it, and then we are gonna use it to cover the sliced potatoes. So you're taking your Pyrex and you're gonna spread your butter, not much, just enough to have it all around. And what I do also, I peeled garlic cloves. This is garlic from my garden. And you just do the same thing with the garlic. Just to have the taste of the garlic in your Pyrex. Remember, we do have garlic in the cream sauce. That's all it is to it. So what I'm going to start to do, well, I need a scoop. I am going to pour a little bit, not much, but a little bit of my cream. Okay, so we scoop a little bit of cream with the mix in the Pyrex. So now we are going to just put the slice of potatoes and create a first layer of potatoes. Okay, easy enough. Now, if you want to put the potato in a different shape, different ways, please be my guest, because the result's going to be the same. The secret in the scalloped potatoes, it's your cream and your mix, and you can touch and pull down. So this is my first layer. So I have a full layer of potatoes, and we are going to put another layer of cream with the mixture. There it goes. And don't worry, I cut my potato a little bit earlier. They start the oxidation, nothing, it won't change the quality of your potatoes. So don't worry about it. Cover that area and voila. So on top, one more layer. And it seems like a lot of cream, but I do a little bit of cream at a time. It's not, and remember, try to stir, because all the mixed we have, like the pepper, the garlic, the nutmeg. I was starting to speak French, noix de muscade for nutmeg, but it's right there. So you really want to have the whole mixture on your dish. This is the scallop. This is it. And then you're going to be 45 minutes to an hour, it depends, in the oven, preheat, 400 degrees. And then I did cook one this morning, so I'm going to show you what it's supposed to look when you take it out from the oven. Okay, now I had my scallop for 45 minutes in the oven. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take it out. Protect your hands. Don't forget that. And take it out. Yum. This should look kind of brownish color and ready to serve. Moment of truth. I am going to have a taste of this. So in this one, I made it for, because this one I cooked earlier to make sure that you don't have to wait for 45 minutes. So this one is for 3 people to 4, because, it's rich. As you know, we use cream, and you plate it. I'm not going to take too much because it's really rich. And I'm going to taste it. Gosh, I love potatoes. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I always say the same thing, but it is so good. One thing that I forgot to mention earlier, The reason, when I was sliding the potatoes on the mandolin, you don't wash the potatoes when you slice them. You wash them when you peeled, of course, but when you slice them, you keep them like that. You don't do anything. You just take the slice and you put in your plate because the starch will do the creamy mixed when you cook it. So this is your scalloped potatoes ready to be served. You can use it for Thanksgiving, Christmas. It goes very well with all kind of meat, fish as well. One of my favorite, one of a classic in France. And I will say see you next time on Eye on Sun Valley. In the meantime, enjoy your cooking and see you later. Au revoir.
Better food, better price, better service. Atkinson's Market, supporting local farmers since 1956.
I moved out to Idaho 4 years ago, so I met a lot of people and I really, really like it here. If you don't have something like that that brings you into other people's lives, it takes a long time to get to know people.